Welcome to From the Pages. And before we dive into this wild time capsule of Matt Mayhem, make sure to like, subscribe, and smash that notification bell because we are cracking open wrestling's main event from August 1986, a fourth anniversary issue loaded with stories, letters, portraits, backstage chaos, and the kind of 80s wrestling insanity that defined an entire era. And here is your lightning fast rundown before the deep dive hits full throttle as this issue blasts into country singers colliding with grapplers, Kevin Sullivan losing his followers, tag team storming New Orleans, Hulk Hogan's early rule-breaking secrets exposed, George Steele's madness measured, Nikita Koloff's power trip rising, the Road Warriors celebrated Hanson flattening Leon White, Slaughter explored outside the ring, John Tatum and Missy examined, and every department from roundup to letters to ratings stuffed with 80s fire. And from there, the magazine begins on page 1 with bold printed text announcing wrestling's main event, the #1 magazine for Matt fans today, the 4th anniversary issue banner, and the names George Steele, Sergeant Slaughter, and Nikita Koloff printed prominently along with promises of a full-color centerfold and exclusive portraits. And as page 2 erupts, we hit the Coliseum video-winning 3-count ad pushing WWF video cassettes featuring the night Hulk Hogan defeated the Iron Sheik, their intense rematch Hogan versus Morocco in a steel cage, and WrestleMania highlights including Hogan and Mr. T versus Piper in Orndorff, Andre's battle with Stud, Junkyard Dog versus Valentine, Bundy versus S.D. Jones, Savage versus Tito, Orndorff versus Hogan, Uncle Elmer, Beefcake, and more inside best of the WWF Volume 7. And on page 3, the table of contents rolls out features like Country Music meets the Mat Wars, Kevin Sullivan deserted by his disciples, Tag Team Spectacular in New Orleans, Hulk Hogan's rule-breaking past, George Steele Animal or Hero, Nikita Koloff comes on strong, and John Tatum and Missy Diamonds in the Rough, along with monthly features such as Wrestlers of the Month, Mismatch of the Month, Into the Spotlight, and Out of the Ring, plus exclusive portraits of the Road Warriors with Paul Ellering, Hulk Hogan, George Steele with Lou Albano, Nikita Koloff, Sergeant Slaughter, and Melissa Hyatt nestled throughout. And page 4 follows with the fantastic offer subscription page listing Pumpkin Press staff, from publisher Chen Lo to photographers, Barrett, Dixon, Kaplan, Cush, Otten, Papa, and Riddick, while offering 12 issues for $19. Page 5's Editor's Corner has Jeremy Tepper celebrating 4 full years of the magazine, thanking readers for their loyalty, praising wrestling's massive popularity surge, acknowledging Hogan's national dominance, Ric Flair's NWA excellence, and the Road Warriors' ascent into near-mythic tag team status, and he hints at explosive revelations about Hulk Hogan's early career behavior. And page 6 launches letters to the editor, where Ray Bender blasts Piper and Jesse the Body Ventura for hiding behind microphones. Kim Roberts praises the Freebirds while calling the Von Erichs overprotected. Melody Mattern begs the Rock and Roll Express to stay in the NWA instead of jumping to WWF, and more letters defend Sergeant Slaughter or debate tag team supremacy as fans argue passionately. Page 8 hits with fistful of criticism where Diana Michelson demands Ronnie Hands of Stone Garvin be fined for taping his fists like a foreign object, and the page is surrounded by bodybuilding ads, championship belt replicas, wrestling 8x10 photos, Japanese lantern lifestyle decor, catalogs and mail-order novelties from the era, followed by page 9's Hoffman Agency ad pushing bikini wrestling pro ladies and mixed wrestling tapes in VHS or beta, along with photo sets for $16. And page 10 brings Flair Gets the Job Done as Jenny Cairns praises Ric Flair as the premier champion of the era. Another reader bashes Magnum TA's hairstyle, and John Castanetti Jr. questions Wendy Richter's firing with the editor, noting the WWF's tendency to part ways abruptly with ex-champions. Page 11 opens the Heart Punch gossip column full of quick hits about backstage rumors, locker room tension, rising challengers, territorial shakeups, and escalating feuds, and page 12's Roundup fires off rapid updates from WWF, NWA, AWA, WCW, and other regions as Hogan leads the WWF banner. Dusty Rhodes commands the NWA's passion. Nikita Koloff steamrolls the competition. The Four Horsemen lock down dominance. The Freebirds cause chaos everywhere. Sergeant Slaughter surges with patriotic momentum. Texas wrestling drama intensifies, and tag team wars explode across arenas nationwide. And then page 18 begins the features with Country Music meets the Mat Wars, exploring crossover moments between wrestlers and the Nashville country scene. Page 20 continues with Kevin Sullivan deserted by his disciples, as Mike Edison details the unraveling of Sullivan's dark persona, when his once loyal followers drift away, collapsing the mystique around him. And page 22's Tag Team Spectacular in New Orleans covers the explosive atmosphere as teams clash under the Crescent City lights. Alliances shift and a roaring crowd fuels the ring action. And page 26's Wrestlers of the Month crowns the Road Warriors, as Jim Sherman highlights their unmatched intensity, physical power, and rising dominance across territories, accompanied by the issue's list of full-color portraits, including the Road Warriors, with Paul Ellering showcased as a major visual highlight, emphasizing their fearsome reputation. Page 30 detonates with Hulk Hogan's rule-breaking past as Mike Edison exposes Hogan's early years when shortcuts, questionable ethics, and rough-edge strategy shaped his rise long before he embraced the red and yellow superhero persona, painting a picture of a driven competitor willing to take any path toward the top. And page 32 marks the spot where the full-color Hulk Hogan portrait is identified. Leading into page 36 is George Steele Animal or Hero by James Tober, exploring Steele's emotional depth beneath his unorthodox and chaotic ring behavior, followed by page 39 identifying the full-color portrait of George Steele, with Lou Albano as part of the magazine's visual lineup. Page 40 showcases Nikita Koloff comes on strong, where Steven Simberg documents Koloff's explosive rise as one of wrestling's most intimidating forces, combining raw strength, Cold War mystique, and relentless power. And page 40 lists the corresponding full-color portrait of Koloff. And page 44 brings Miss Match of the Month by Jim Sherman, covering Stan Hansen's brutal destruction of Leon White, delivering stiff strikes and overwhelming Texas-style physicality that leaves no doubt why the match is deemed one-sided. And page 48's Into the Spotlight by Art Burns highlights the rising sun as a sharp, precise performer gaining momentum and carving out a growing presence in the wrestling landscape through strong performances and steady discipline. Page 52's Out of the Ring by Jeremy Tepper explores Sergeant Slaughter's world beyond the ring, revealing elements of his personal life, patriotism, sense of humor, travel stories, and his surprising connection with fans that adds dimension beyond his drill instructor persona. And page 57 contains the note of Slaughter's full-color portrait before page 58's Diamonds in the Rough by Monica Lisbon examines John Tatum and Missy, detailing their volatile chemistry, ambition, friction, and unique magnetism as a duo, alongside page 58's listing of the Melissa Hyatt portrait, and the issue then moves into the back issue catalog advertising previous wrestling's main event editions from 1982 through 1985, featuring a wide array of major wrestling stars. And page 62 concludes the entire magazine with ratings, a complete multi-federation scoreboard tracking heavyweight contenders, rising challengers, tag team rankings, mid-card talent climbs, regional dominant shifts, and championship landscapes across WWF, NWA, AWA, WCCW, and additional territories, closing out this massive 4th anniversary issue, packed with 80s wrestling history, fan passion, locker room stories, promotional insight, portraits, letters, features, and every ounce of over-the-top mad energy that defined 1986 and made wrestling's main event a must-read snapshot of the era.